Hello, welcome back for another Warhammer Fantasy Battle Report. This is 3,000 point games. My friends um, Orcs and Goblins here versus my Ogre Kingdoms. So starting with his army, we will go from his left to right. He's got a unit of 6 trolls with, I believe it's a savage orc boss there to keep their stupidity from being too much of an issue. And then going to his right, there's 2 units of savage orcs. One unit's a unit of big guns. I'm not certain which is which. The closer unit has his standard bearer represented by this painted model there, and then the next one over has his general on a boar. There's a unit of 5 wolf riders. You can't quite see him here. 25 Night Goblins with 3 Fanatics and a Night Goblin Great Shaman. Level 4 Spear Chukka, 10 Spider Riders, another Spear Chukka, Boar Chariot in the back. He's got Rock Lava, and then on the far side he's got another one. Just on the opposite side of the river, another Spear Chukka, and another 25 Night Goblins. On the very, very, very far side is another chariot. He placed it over there first, and I started placing here. So here you can see my army set up opposite him. I tried to keep the river over there. I was debating which side of the river to go to, but basically went and put my main forces on this side, a couple smaller ones over yonder to go pick off his war machines, so on and so forth. And then next to those arcane ruins there, you can see I've got some Noblar trappers to take care of his war machines. So I have a unit of 40 Noblar fighters here, 6 bulls with two ranks of 4 with what's it called, a bruiser and a butcher. In behind I have 9 iron guts with my tyrant and a slaughtermaster. Or actually, the butcher and slaughtermaster are opposite. I have a scrap launcher, 3 yetis, 3 lead belchers, and 3 more bulls. So this is my first turn. I clearly had many fewer placements than he did. I move forward. I pushed my yetis up here, thinking that he was not going to charge through the swamp. I push everybody else up. My trappers there in the far background get close enough to release the fanatics. He throws them out to keep my bulls and my lead belchers away from his guys. They get set out in front and they end up spinning and all destroying each other, which was pretty handy. His turn 1, he double charges with both his chariots at my yetis. I flee not very far. He catches me with the wolf chariot here, and the boar chariot there runs, that you can just see on the edge of the swamp, runs in. Takes 2 wounds from a dangerous terrain check. So I was thinking that would be easy to clean that up. That did not prove super easy. I think I got him at the end. And everybody else just moves forward. He puts his wolf riders right out in front of me to misdirect, to just do whatever to get me out of the way. I tried shooting, was not able to take them out, but that is okay. So I'm thinking here, I'm pulling up my guys. Unfortunately, I forget to charge in the beginning of my round 2. I forget to charge into his war machine. Luckily, the rock lavas did not do anything. Well, they did at the end of the game, which was very unfortunate, but we'll get to that later. So I forget to charge here. His guys squabble. I move up much closer and I wheel my lead belchers to concentrate on these guys over here, figuring that I've got this my left flank pretty much locked up. I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm moving forward. I'm keeping my BSB there in the middle, which I should have put in my big unit. Silly me. You learn. I haven't played in a while, and I made a whole bunch of mistakes this game, as you guys will see. But I'm casting spells, just trying to buff these guys, keep them protected. My scrap launcher is just doing great. First round, he knocks out a bunch of the general's unit. Next round, he takes out a bunch of the Orc and Goblin BSB unit. Here you go. Unfortunately, they don't take panic checks, which is great for them and not so great for me. But I'm whittling them down, thinking I'm going to do okay. I've pulled these guys forward, planning to keep them in the way with 8 extra ranks. I should always be steadfast, keep them close to my general, I'll stick around, which I do. I think I'm do a great job of. I'm really happy. I'm really happy with how this works out. They're kind of tar pitting here. I even do a few wounds, and I'm thinking things are going great. This is unfortunately where things start to go a little pear-shaped for me. So I take my general's unit thinking, oh, I've got them. I charge at the wolf riders that were just in front. They flee, and I overrun into these guys. And he gets his fanatics out here. It doesn't really do any wounds, but I go into combat. I think it's going to be great, and I just can't, we'll get to that in a second. I also charge his night goblins here to get them out of the way with my bruiser and slaughtermaster's unit. These guys open fire. He spreads out to block me, so I open fire with my lead belchers, and they were just spectacular. I kill all but one. Somehow he makes his save, his leadership test. He passed just about every single leadership test. It was really phenomenal rolling. It was a really exciting game. I charge in here with my bulls, take these guys out, and we all know what's going to happen here. We're all pretty happy. So this is where it goes wrong. So I charge my general's unit in, thinking, oh, I've got all these lead iron guts. I've got my tyrant. I've got my butcher. Everything's going to be great. Well, of course, because the Noblars were there, I only get one guy in close combat, being my tyrant, but that's just not enough wounds to overcome all the wounds he was able to do on my Noblars. So as soon as we get to close combat, I realize that's a huge mistake I make. Huge mistake. I'm not stubborn. I'm not anything. At least I get to roll steadfast here with my general's unit, because I have more. Well, I'm steadfast with both. I fail with my Noblars. They flee. Not a whole lot, which is frustrating, but they flee. And I realize that I'm in really big trouble. He charges with everything else. You can see he's killed a whole bunch of my guys. I flee, and miraculously I get away. He doesn't quite catch me with anybody, and his trolls get in the way of everybody else. So he is kind of all pinned up in there. Still not a great position for me to be in, but at least my general and my general's unit are still alive. My next turn, this is turn 4, I rally, but unfortunately my scrap launcher can see, rolls high enough, so I have to pass leadership test. Of course I don't pass because my general's not rallied, and I have to charge in against the trolls. Not exactly what I want to be doing. With his regeneration save, I could not wound anybody. And the whole game is, and they're in combat from here on out. I send my bruiser here out of this unit with my slaughtermaster to go try to take out this war machine, and I'm just trying to pick out war machines and other such here. You can see my lead belchers are here, my bruisers here. They both get whittled down to 1. He passes both his stubborn rolls on a 5. The remainders of this unit, my slaughtermaster and my standard bearer, are trying to take out his Night Goblin Shaman. They spend the whole rest of the game just chasing him around. I cast spells, he casts spells back, and no matter how many times he miscasts, I can't get him. So this is now Orcs and Goblins turn 4. He charges his BSB out into my scrap launcher. My scrap launcher is getting beat up pretty good. Not able to do a whole lot. Here I'm still chasing him around. So I'm in combat with that rock lava in the back, but I'm not in combat with the other one. Before he gets to charge my general's unit, he drops a rock on my general. It hits his head. I fail my ward save, and he dies. So now you can see they're in the right hand corner here. There's only 3 of them left. They're not going to survive against these trolls, which is a bummer. My Noblars are up there. These guys are still chasing him around. My Gorgers, which you saw, I totally forgot to roll at all for them. They finally come on. My up here in the middle, on my opponent's flank, I'm just whittling down, taking out all of his war machines. So, you know, they're not a threat, but they haven't done anything. My Gorger charges into the flank here after this unit's defeated. My Noblars, my Iron Guts are dead, my Butcher's dead. This guy charges in the flank here, trying to get killing blow on the general, and I can't get it. I just can't get it. Every wound I roll, he saves. It was really, really great. And my other sorry, my other Gorger here has fought with these guys. I take the standard bearer, BSB, but I don't get to keep him. So it's a huge, huge loss to me. Massive victory. Thanks for watching.